Second is that some people say India is going to invade us. If you ever read the Shah Commission report, no one in India will come to Sri Lanka again. I can tell you that much. But we have to be confident of country. England said the same thing, but they put a tunnel under the English Channel. So what do you all want? But all we have said is do a feasibility study. And at that time, if the feasibility study is positive, you can debate in the country whether it's good or bad. A government can't impose. But work it out in the future, you need something. President Jayawardena gave us the Mahaveli schemes, electrification, Sri Jayawardena, so all of a sudden, in about a decade again, building started. That pushed the economy. You need a good push in your economy for it to give. So look at what it has to be. There are here people with different ideas, but you must debate it, discuss it, is good.
Thank you, sir.
Right. Thank you, sir. I think the next time you all go and watch a Hindi film, you are definitely going to remember today and sir's answer. Right. අපි ප්‍රශ්න අහනකොට අපිට සිංහල භාෂාවෙනුත් ප්‍රශ්න අහන්න පුළුවන්. ඉංග්‍රීසි භාෂාව විතරක් නෙමෙයි. ඊළඟ ප්‍රශ්නය මම මේ පැත්තෙන් අහන්න තමයි සූදානම් වෙලා ඉන්නේ. Can I please have a raise of hands again?
We have a question right at the back from one of our gentlemen. So can you phrase the question? Before you phrase the question, can you also introduce yourself to our friend?
Sir, I'm Sahan Veeratunga. I'm also coming from Law College. It's very nice to see you, sir. If you don't mind, I will be asking a question in Sinhala. Sir, highlight kara thank you ekadima දැන් ගොඩක් AI වෙනවා ඒම ඉකොනොමික් කෝඩ් එක වෙනස් වෙනවා ඒ වගේම sorry සර් එතකොට ඒකත් එක්ක මට තියෙන ප්‍රශ්නේ සර් පොලිසි ඩිසිෂන් එකක් විදියට ගත්තොත් දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ මේ වෙලාවේ සර් ඉලෙක්ට් වෙලා ඉන්නවා නම් මොන වගේ ඩිෆරන්ට් පොලිසිස්ද සර් ඉම්ප්ලිමන්ට් කරන්නේ මේ අපිට ඒ කියන්නේ ගොඩක් වෙලා ජෙන්සි මිලේනියල්ස්ලාට comfortable life එකක් ගෙවන්න විශේෂයෙන්ම දැන් ඒ කියන්නේ basic luxuries එහෙම වුණත් afford කරන්න දැන් ගොඩක් අමාරු වෙනවා විශේෂයෙන්ම resource limitations එක්ක. එතකොට සර් කොයි වගේ policy decisions ද මේ ඉස්සරහට එන ප්‍රශ්න envision කරලා ගන්න බලාපොරොත්තු වෙන්නේ සර්? ඒ කියන්නේ imagining that you were in the power at this very moment.
In politics you should not imagine. I am not in power, so I need not imagine those. මොකද්ද මට කරන්න ඕනේ? අපේ පරම්පරාවේ කාලේ අපි කරන්න තියෙන ඔක්කොම කරා. ඔයගොල්ලේ පරම්පරාවේ කාලේ කට්ටිය ඉන්නවද කරන්න? දැන් අපි ඉන්නකම් උදව් කරලා උපදෙස් දෙන්න පුළුවන්. නායකත්වයේ ගන්න. එහෙම ඉන්නවා නම් ඒ අයට මම උදව් කරන්න. ජෙන්සි අදහස් මොනවද කියලා මම නෙමෙයිනේ දන්නේ ජෙන්සිනේ. මගේ අදහස් අපේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා දැනගෙන හිටියේ නෑ. ඒගොල්ලේ අදහස් ඒගොල්ලේ අම්මලා තාත්තලා දැනගෙන හිටියේ නෑ. ඉතින් ඒවා කරන්න මොකක්ද කරන්නේ කියලා තමයි දැන් බලන්න තියෙන්නේ. ඔක්කොම දැන් ලෝකයේ යන විදිය වෙනස් වෙනවානේ. අපි පොඩි කාලේ අපි මේ නෑ අවුරුදු 25 30 හරි ගිහින් 25 හරි ඔය ගිහින් එලිෆන්ට් හවුස් එකෙන් අයිස්ක්‍රීම් ටිකක් අරගෙන කෑවා. අද මොකක්ද තියෙන්නේ බින්චුන්ද මොකද එක එක ඩ්‍රින්ක්ස් තියෙන බබල් ටී තියෙන ටී අයිස්ක්‍රීම් තියෙන මන් දන්නේ නැහැ මම එකක්වත් දරන්නේ නැහැ ඒක තවත් ලෝකයක අපි ඉන්නේ ඉතින් ඒ මොකද්ද කරන්න කියලා ඔයගොල්ලෝ තීරණය කරන අලුත් ලෝකයකට යනවා නම් ඒ ලෝකේ ජීවත් වෙනා තීරණය කරන්න මොකද්ද කියලා ඒකයි අපිට ජයාජයවර්ධන ජනාධිපතිතුමා කිව්වේ දින්නාම මට ලලිත් ගාමිණීලා ඔක්කොම දැන් ඔයගොල්ලෝ කැමති විදිහට මේ හදන්න කියන්න අදහස් ටික දෙන්න. ඒකට තමයි අවස්ථාව දුන්නාම අපි අරගෙන ගියේ. එහෙම නායකත්වයේ ගන්න කැමති අය ඉන්න ඕනේ. එයා නැත්තම් ඒක කරන්න බෑ.
Thank you, sir. I think you got a vivid answer for your question. We have a question on the front row again. Please tell me your name and.
Hi, my name is Sheham Abusali. I am passionate about mediation. It's nice to speak to you again after 2 years. My question is, what is the role of politics, or what should be the role of politics in Sri Lanka? Thank you.
That is the most difficult question you have asked me. What is politics? Now it's a question of influencing the making of decisions in politics or trying and achieving political power. So main thing is achieving political power. Now do you do it? In other countries when you do it on the basis of a manifesto or policies that the countries follow. If you want a right-wing wave, you will find it's going toward the right. If it's a left wing, it goes towards the left. Then there are other issues that can come. For instance, we had elections on whether we should fight the LTT or what we should do or destroy it. So like that, time to time issues come. Those issues that determine. So if you are doing politics, you must have issues and policies and work around it. The problem now is like in England, they just say, they just go and vote for Nigel Farage without knowing what it is. They are against the system, so they work. But you can be against the system, but voting against the system means if you are against the system and vote for another system, you think is better. But here, like here, you should not get used to, these are bad, we'll give another man a try. That doesn't work. If one set of policies are not good, you do the other set of policies. That's the opportunity that is given. In a dictatorship, there are one set of policies that keep going all the time. This gives some more and more ideas to be had for it to be. So we have to go back to having policies, deciding what do you want to have. What are the policies you follow? Actually, in the 60s, 70s, 80s, we were much clearer. Now we came to open the economy, open it out. There was some who were against it. But okay, we debated it, went to the people. So politics basically is how to influence the making of policies and the direction of the country. One is through influencing policy making, like chambers, trade unions, go and meet the government. Or second is actually deciding who wields power. In deciding that, those people must also have concrete policies for the development of the economy, social policies, anything. Without that, you try it out, you are going to be in a soup.
Thank you.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move on, due to time constraints, we only can accept very limited number of questions. But we also have a question from one of the gentlemen right at the back. Can you mention your name and also your question as well?
Sure. I am Humaizara Ghazi. I am currently doing MA in Defense Studies at University of Lucknow. My question is, sir, development come from an inclusive development. Okay, so based on you have like 4 decades of experience in politics. So what is your opinion in making what is your advice for the policymakers and the government to make the inclusive policies in reality? Like most of the policies are formed, but those are not in reality. But what is your advice and opinion how to make the inclusive policies in reality and how the inclusive development can be a sustainable thing?
What's my advice to whom?
Policymakers.
Policymakers?
Yeah.
No, I mean, we are committed to a multi-ethnic, multi-religious society in where are different social categories, different economic categories. So we have to ensure that same treatment to all. And secondly, we have to ensure that there is adequate income for everyone, basic level from which people go up, and there is no concentration of wealth. How do you do that? And what is it? Now, for instance, whether it's a Sinhala culture, Kandyan or low country, or this the Tamil culture, hill country or this thing, or it's the Muslim culture, either from the eastern province or western side, those are ideas, their contributions that have enriched our society. So the multiculturalism must be respected. Built on same, we should be multi-religious, whether it's Buddhist or Hindu or Christian or Muslim. We can't cut off all those cultural connections or cut it off completely with the religious connections, but we can't go and favor one at the expense of others. So in that, we are looking at a social, my advice is on a social market policy to go ahead. But the issue is actually, to answer you, what is my advice specifically to the policymakers? The policymakers are the government. I don't think they listen to my advice. The only thing they did was lock me up.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from here.
Good evening, everyone. මම විකුම් දේශිත environmental data analyst කෙනෙක් විදිහට වැඩ කරන්නේ. සර් මගේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි අපි geopolitics කතා කරනවා. එතකොට අපි අප්ඩේට් වෙන දේවල් ගැන කතා කරනවා. මම data analyst කෙනෙක් විදිහට government එක සහ මේක ගෙනියන අය දකින්නේ ඔය සිස්ටම් එකක් විදිහට. එතකොට මෙහෙයුම් පද්ධතියක් විදිහට. එතකොට අපි අලුත් අප්ඩේට් වෙන දේවල් ජියෝපොලිටික්ස් මේ 21 වෙනි ශතවර්ෂයේ තියෙන දේවල් ගැන කතා කරනවා 20 වෙනි ශතවර්ෂයේ තියෙන හાર્ඩ්වෙයාර් සිස්ටම් එකක ඉඳගෙන නිලධාරීවාදය ඒ දේවල් එක්ක. එතකොට ලෝකේ ගත්තට පස්සේ ගොඩක් වැඩ ගන්න ඩේටා එක. ඉන්දියා, ඇමරිකා, චයිනා එයාලා ඒවත් එක්ක ග්ලෝබල් සප්ලයි චේන් එකත් ගොඩක් ෆාස්ට් ඒ කියන්නේ ස්පීඩි එක්සිකියුට් කරලා තියෙන එලා ඩිසිෂන්ස්. නමුත් අපි ඉන්න තැන මම හිතනවා ගොඩක් ඒ කියන්නේ අපේ එක්සිකියුෂන් ગેප් එකක් තියෙනවා. අපි එතන හිර වෙලා ඉන්නවා. එතකොට ඒකට අපිට ටෙක්නොලොජි යූස් කරලා අපිට ඒකේ ස්ට්‍රැටජි එකක් අපේ සර් දකින්නේ සර්කියුලර් විෂන් එකත් එක්ක මොකක්ද ස්ට්‍රැටජි එක අපිට ඒක ඒ බොටල් එකේ අයින් වෙන්න පුළුවන්. Thank you.
මේකේ ප්‍රශ්නේ 20 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේද 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේද නෙමෙයි. 20 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ සිස්ටම්ද 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ සිස්ටම්ස් නෙමෙයි. 19 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ ආකල්පයේ තියෙන මිනිස්සුන්ට 20 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේද 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේද කියලා දෙයක් නෑනේ. ඔයගොල්ලෝ 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ තියෙන නිසා කොහොමද 20 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයට ගේන්න කියලා කියන්නේ. ඒකයි වෙනස. 19 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ ඉහිර වෙලා ඉන්නවා නම් කොහෙවත් යන්නේ නැහැ. මේවා තේරෙන්නේ නැහැ. 21 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයේ ඉන්න අයට තේරෙනවා අපි දැන් 20 වෙනි શතවර්ෂයෙන් කොහොමද 21කට යන්නේ කියලා. ඉතින් ඉස්සෙල්ලා ආකල්පේ තියෙන්න ඕනේ. ආකල්පේ තිබුණාම සිස්ටම් එක ගැන ප්‍රශ්නයක් ඇති වෙන්නේ නැහැ. එකම ප්‍රශ්නේ කොහොමද මුදල් හොයාගන්න මේ වැඩේ කරන්න කියලා.
Thank you so much, sir. Before we move on, we also have a question from him. So, can you introduce yourself and also ask your question?
Hello, sir. I'm an Indian origin Sri Lankan, and I'm an educator from Kerala. And what you said was 100% correct about India till now. And Kerala is currently now importing coconuts from Tamil Nadu. And they have shifted their focus from cash crop economy to a service-based economy, where we are heavily focusing on Ayurvedic products, and also we are the highest number of labor for TCS. So my observation is, can Sri Lanka become like Kerala because of the literacy rates? For instance, we were admiring C.W.W. Kannangara's policy when we were young, because they were the first to introduce it after South Korea, I think, free education policy. And now, today, in Kerala, we have 100% literacy rate, but the biggest challenge with Sri Lankan students we are facing is, we are getting more binary thinkers. They only know plus, minus, addition, subtraction, but we have very few spectrum thinkers. For instance, ISRO and NASA, we were competing because of spectrum thinking. So one of the education reform we can have within villages and also basic education, especially in international schools too, of spectrum thinking, because the Edexcel and the Cambridge syllabus of British systems are too outdated compared with the Indian and the United States syllabus. Plus also, I believe you are aware, that this year India introduced the new education policy where they have 4 years BCom undergraduation program where they are mostly focusing on training. And most of your ideas are 100% accurate, sir, because I have to acknowledge it. And if you observe, Malaysia and Singapore had the deal where Singapore got most of the resource support from Malaysia. And till now, in the evening, when you go to Singapore, you'll always see Malaysians going out of Singapore border when they come to work. Can we have that culture in the future? Because I think that is the most sustainable policy. And as you were telling, Sri Lankans are always bothered whether India will invade Sri Lanka. The answer is no, because India is in a different vision at the moment. I can say that was around 1975, 1980s. But now everything has become stable. And considering the next 25 years, I see a bright side for Sri Lanka if they invest more on fundamental education, because Sri Lankans are very smart and very intelligent and has one of the highest civic sense in the entire SAARC region. Thank you very much, sir.
Where are you from?
I'm from Kerala, sir, but I'm a Sri Lankan. For the last 10 years, I'm in Kerala. I just came for my sabbatical holidays.
Okay, Sri Lanka, from where are you?
I'm from Colombo only, and I'm from Colombo Central. So my ancestral family is anyway a UNP fan. So I'm also a UNP fan for a long time. And even my university members, I just want to acknowledge it. During the economic crisis, there was a news. I was in India. They were saying Ranil Wickramasinghe has been appointed as the Prime Minister. And the dean of our university was almost very senior. He said very calmly, he will solve it. And it happened, honestly speaking. And they couldn't pronounce your name properly. And I believe since you have traveled there, you may know the way they pronounce your name. It is Wickramasinghe. They don't say Wickramasinghe. So they said Wickramasinghe will solve it. You don't have to worry about it.
So where are you? Trivandrum or?
No, I'm from Cochin actually.
Cochin.
And also we are based in Bangalore also, because it's a Catholic-based enterprise called Carmelites of Mary Immaculates.
Yeah.
You may be aware that Kerala is mostly governed by the Catholic priests, especially the MG University. So we generally work with that. And honestly, we had a very high expectation of Sri Lanka, because we wanted Sri Lanka to be the next Israel of the SAARC region because of the human intellectual capital. And unfortunately, no one understood your vision due to lack of understanding and communication skills.
So you asked a lot of questions now.
I'm very sorry. I'm very excited.
On the education side, we have to rethink. Look at syllabuses, everything, and give our universities a chance of developing instead of trying to control it through the UGC. Let new universities come in, some Indian universities or others, and we should have some form of funding the students to go in there, because depending on our income, some the parents can afford to pay, others can't. So that money should not be a barrier for education. Now India is developing, and you will have developed far more on the engineering, other sides of AI. Sri Lanka also can come into that phase and keep developing more and more people. But once you develop them, you have to give them the income that they want. Able to buy a house, you might be able to buy a car. Otherwise, they go abroad. So this is what is happening even in India. People are going abroad because they think they can get a better deal outside. So we have to, I agree with you on that, what you've been saying on the education. We have to take a completely new look at education. We can be proud that we had this thing, but our education has to get updated.
Thank you, sir. I am going to take up the next question from this end. Can I please know your name?
Hello, sir. I'm Rian Javadhan. I'm a 17-year-old schoolboy. So my question is, the current geopolitical tensions in the Middle East and other parts of the world are reshaping the global order. So how do you think this will affect Sri Lanka, and what would you do if you were the president today? What would you do if you were the president today, sir?
I'm not the president today, fortunately. what you are seeing is a completely, even the whole Middle East situation has changed. And Middle East have become a center between US versus Iran. And it is testing America's power like the Vietnam War tested America's power again. So it's a very uncertain one. Iran is going to take a beating, but if they think they can take the beating, then they can, because what they have to do is a job of sinking ships that go past their shore. America has to knock out Iran. In the process, Iran is hitting others. So Iran feel that they say we close up the whole area. Then what will the Middle East countries do? UAE has threatened, they have hit, UAE, US threatened to hit back. But also there is a Shia minority, sizable one in Saudi Arabia and in Bahrain. Iraq is mainly Shia. In fact, the body of the late president was taken to Iraq and brought back. You don't do that in a, it's showing their authority. So it's a big this thing, but slowly America is getting again cornered, like at the Vietnam War. And no one that's really going to come to help them with Iran. So can the American forces alone destroy? If they go to destroy Iran, immediately their arsenal comes down low. So they won't have enough missiles and all against anyone else. So that's one part. Then the rest of the world is going through a very important phase. And how this turns out will have a bearing on the rest of what I have said.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, sir. We have a question from here.
So my name is Sunera Lanarol. So my question is, in your speech you mentioned about two global issues about this climate change and AI and automation. So my question is, as Sri Lankans, what are the immediate actions that we should take to face those climate change and AI and automation challenges? And if we actually include those suggestions in a Sri Lankan context, what is your predicted GDP by 2050?
Firstly, you have to decide what you want to do for AI and climate change. So those policies have not yet been announced. That is the issue we have. Then for us, GDP is today at about 108, I think, billion US dollars. It's a question of how fast you want to grow. I have my economic transformation, others, we went on a basis of 5% till 2030, 6% till 2035, and 7 after that. You can even should even try and go for 8, because if you are capable of going to 6, you keep going up so that you come close as possible to 500 billion at that time. So that by 2060 you can easily hit a trillion or more. You then look at per capita for all of everyone. But if you go at 5 only, you may be somewhere in the 300 billions, 350. Whether that is enough. And we had 5% growth. Remember what is dragging us down is we have to make repayments. So if we don't grow fast enough, we are going to take more debt. So it will take you down to another crisis. But if you increase your exports, for that you have to get enough of foreign investment. Then you get non-debt creating foreign investment inflows, and you get it, then you go much faster. So this is the choice that you all have to make.
Thank you.
That is the question you have to ask the government, not me.
Thank you so much, sir, for that answer. But before we move on, due to time constraints, we are only limited to 2 more questions. And one of the questions is from right back at the our reception hall. Can you introduce yourself and also ask the question?
Mr. Vikramasinghe, my name is Asela Fonseca. I've been into the corporate sector for some time. One of the issues that we have in the corporate sector is the lack of proper leaders. And when you look at the UNP as a party, I think the lack of leadership is clearly visible in terms of what has happened across the last 20 odd years. I would like to ask broadly, what are the strategies that as a party that you all have put in place to attract caliber that is needed to redefine the political landscape of Sri Lanka through the UNP party?
Two answers to that. Firstly, when others failed in their leadership, the UNP came forward. That's the test of leadership. We may be one, we may be two, we may be three, but we are used to leading. And all of us lead from the front. Now we want a new generation of leaders. So that depends on how you all respond. You all come forward, we'll train you. How did I come here? I have about 40 years or 50 years in politics. 77 I got into parliament. Yeah, next year I'll be 50 years in coming into politics. 72 I started. So the question of a new leadership does come. What you say is there. But so it is now the time for what someone here called the Gen Zs or newer people who are in their 30s, 40s, 50s to come forward and exercise. We have opened it out and we are talking to people, but we have to, lot of our parties are 40 plus parties. Any party I look at is 40 plus. There's about 6.8 million below 40 and over 18. So we have to get our leaders to come from that. Even on the 40 to 50, there are only few. So the whole system requires that infusion. The UNP is looking at that. Secondly, how do parties function? Old days we had branches in every village. It's not possible today to run branches like that. People won't come. Those days when I did 77 elections, there are no electricity anywhere. Even 2/3 of my electorate, though it was Biagama, no electricity. So in the evening, the only entertainment was when we went and held meetings. That was the main entertainment there. Today is different, no? You have your handphone. So in that system, online politics becomes more important. How you communicate, it's a new paradigm shift that is taking place. So the leaders must then come from that. The second part of your question, I can't answer. It has to be answered by the people here.
Thank you, sir.
Sir, අවසාන ප්‍රශ්නේ අපි අහනවා. ගොඩක් කාලයක් ඉඳන් සර්ගෙන් මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න බලාගෙන හිටියා මම ටිරෝන්. ඒ වගේම මේ අවස්ථාව මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න මේ අවස්ථාව නිර්මාණය කර දුන්නට විශේෂයෙන් හරෙන් අයියටයි පසිදු මල්ලිටයි තෑන්ක්ස් කරන්න ඕනේ. මේ platform එක හදනකන් ඇත්තට මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ අහන්න අවස්ථාවකුත් තිබුණේ නැහැ. ඒකෝට මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ තමයි සර් එක මාධ්‍ය වැඩසටහනකදී සර්ගෙන් අහනවා දේශපාලනය සම්බන්ධයෙන් සර්ගේ පොත ඒ කියන්නේ ඒක දේශපාලනට පාවිච්චි කරන ග්‍රන්ථය මොකක්ද කියලා. එතකොට මේ ලෝකයේ හුඟක් අය දේශපාලනයට පාවිච්චි කරන පොතක් ඇහුවොත් එහෙම උත්තර හම්බ වෙන්නේ එක්කෝ 48 laws එතකොට princess the war of the ඒ වගේ ලෝකේ තියෙනවානේ දේශපාලන සම්බන්ධ විශේෂ පොත්. නමුත් සර්ගේ උත්තරේ වුණේ දා කෞටිල්‍ය චාණක්‍යගේ අර්ථ ශාස්ත්‍රය. අද දැන් මෙතන ඉන්දියාව සම්බන්ධයෙන් ගොඩාක් කතා කෙරුණා. එතකොට මගේ කියවීමේදී මම එදා දැක්කේ අර්ථ ශාස්ත්‍රය සම්බන්ධයෙන් අර්ථ ශාස්ත්‍රයේදී අර පොත්වලට වඩා වෙනස තමයි අර්ථ ශාස්ත්‍රයේ තියෙන්නේ බලය ලබා ගැනීමටම නෙමෙයි. බලය ලබාගෙන මේ කෞටිල්‍ය චාණක්‍ය එකපාරක් කියනවා වතුරේ ඉන්න මාළු වතුර බොනවද නැද්ද කියලා හොයාගන්න බෑ වගේ මේ බලය තියෙනකොට බලය තියෙන අය දූෂණය කරනවද නැද්ද කියන එක හොයාගන්න බෑ. නීති රීති ගේන්න ඕනේ කියන කතාව. වතුරේ ඉන්න මාළුවාට වතුර බොනවද කියලා අපිට කියන්න බෑනේ. ඒතකොට මේ අර්ථ ශාස්ත්‍රය ඇතුලේ හුඟක් වෙලාවට තියෙන නීතිය, ඒ කියන්නේ රාජ්‍ය පාලනය කරන අයව දූෂණයෙන් තොර කරවීම. ඒතකොට ඒ රීඩින් එක මට තිබුණා. සර් කියන්නේ මූලිකව දූෂණය සම්පූර්ණ නැතිකරන්න ඕනේ අදහස සර්ගේ තියෙනවා. එතකොට අපි දැකලා තියෙනවා සර් ගෙනල්ලා තියෙන නීති රීති දූෂණ විමර්ශන පනත්, ඒතර ස්වාධීන කමිෂන් මේ ඔක්කොම ඇවිල්ලා සර් ගෙනල්ලා තියෙන්නේ අපි දන්නවා දූෂණය නැතිකරන්න රාජ්‍යනිදන්. ඒතකොට තොරතුරු දැනගැනීමේ පනත් ඒ එක්කම ඊට පස්සේ කාරණාවේදී මට තව ප්‍රශ්නයක් තියෙනවා. ඒක නෙමෙයි. ඒක මම රීඩ් කරලා තියෙන්නේ. නමුත් මෙන්න මේක තමයි ඇත්තම ප්‍රශ්නේ සර්ගෙන් අහන්න. මේ දැන් මේ platform එක ආවහම අහන්න තියෙන එක කෞටිල්‍ය චාණක්‍ය මේ පොත නිර්මාණය කරන්නේ දූෂණයට විරුද්ධව වගේම සැබෑ සහජ හැකියාව තියෙන ගොපළු කොළුවෙක්ව රාජ්‍ය අඛණ්ඩ රාජ්‍යයක් නිර්මාණය කරන්න තමයි කෞටිල්‍ය චාණක්‍ය කවුද මෞර්ය වංශික චන්ද්‍රගුප්තව ගෙනාවේ. එතකොට සැබෑ ඒ කියන්නේ අර සහජ හැකියාව යාට තිබුණේ. එයාව තමයි රාජ්‍යත්වයට ගෙනාවේ. එතකොට අඛණ්ඩ ಭಾರತය නිර්මාණය කරන්නත් ඒක ප්‍රයෝගී වුණා. එතකොට සර් මේ කරන්න හදන්නේ මේ platform එක ඇතුලේ ඒ සහජ හැකියාවන් තියෙන කණ්ඩායම එකතු කරලා මේ රට ඉදිරියේදී අර එදා අඛණ්ඩ ಭಾರತය වෙන්න පුළුවන්. නමුත් ලංකාවේදී සර්ගේ තේරවාදී ආර්ථිකය සහ ඩිජිටල් ආර්ථිකය කියන කාරණාව ඉදිරියට ගෙනියන්නද කියන එක තමයි වෙලාවත් අපි ඉවරනවා. එන්නේ මේ ප්‍රශ්නේ සහ සර් තවදුරටත් කෞටිල්‍යද චන්ද්‍රගුප්තද නැත්නම් දෙකමද මේ ඉන්න කණ්ඩායම හරහා ඒ නිර්මාණය කරන්නද කියන එක තමයි සර්ගෙන් අහන ප්‍රශ්නේ.
කෞටිල්‍යයක් නෙමෙයි චන්ද්‍රගුප්තත් නෙමෙයි මම රනිල් වික්‍රමසිංහ. ඒ දෙකක් තියෙනවා. අපි දැනගන්න ඕන කොහෙන්ද දැනුම ලබා ගන්න. ඉතින් දේශපාලනට අපි යනවා නම් ඉස්සෙල්ලම තියෙන්නේ කෞටිල්‍ය අර්ථශාස්ත්‍රය කියවන්න. මම හිතන්නේ ඒක සිංහලෙන් තියෙනවා කියලා. ඉංග්‍රීසි පිටපත් නම් එතන තියෙනවා. නෑ එතනින් කියන්නේ කොහොමද බලය ලබාගෙන කොහොමද ඒ බලය යොදවන්නේ. එතන හොඳට යොදවන අවස්ථාවත් නරකට යොදවන අදහසුත් උදාහරණත් දීලා තියෙනවා. චන්ද්‍රගුප්ත කියන්නත් විශේෂ තරිතයක්. චන්ද්‍රගුප්ත මහා ඇලෙක්සැන්ඩර් රජුගේ මුණ ගැහුණු පුද්ගලෙක්. එයා කියන්නේ මහා ඇලෙක්සැන්ඩර් රජු එක්ක පෝලස්ට විරුද්ධව රජතුමාට සටන් කරා කියලා. ඉතින් කොහොම හරි ඒ දැනුම ඇවිල්ලා තියෙනවා. මැකියාවේලි කියන්නේ කොහොමද බලය අරගන්නේ? බලය තියාගන්නේ. ඊට වඩා නෑ එතන. බලය ලබා ගන්නයි බලය තහවුරු කරන්න ප්‍රින්ස්. මෙයා ඊට වඩා තියෙනවා. ඉතින් මෙතන අපි බැලුවේ දැන් මේ ඔක්කොම ඉගෙන ගන්න ඕන නම් කට්ටියක් ඉදිරියට එන්න ඕනේ. ආවයන් පස්සේ උගන්වන්න මොනවද උගන්වන්න තියෙන්නේ කියලා. දේශපාලනිකයන්ට අමාරු ගමනක්. සමහරු වැටෙනවා, සමහරු අයින් වෙනවා. 77 අපි ජයවර්ධන පිටිපස්සේ ගියද්දි මගේ මිත්‍ර බොහෝ දෙනෙක් හිටපු අය දේශපාලනයෙන් අයින් වෙලා ව්‍යාපාර වලට නීතියට එම ගියා. ඒගොල්ලෝ ඒ තැන්වල දියුණු වෙලා ආවා. අපි කට්ටියක් මෙහෙම කෙලින් ගියා. ඒක කරගෙන යන්න. ඉතින් මෙතෙන්ට ආවේ ඉතින් ඒ පරමාර්ථය ඇතුව තමයි. කැමති අය කවුද ඉන්නේ? වගකීම් බාර දෙන්නම්. බහැලා දැන් බලමු කරන්න ලෑස්තිද කියලා. මොකද කැපවීම නැත්තම් අර්ථශාස්ත්‍රය මැකේවල කවුරුත් කියලා වැඩක් නැහැනේ. ඒක නිකම් බලන එක.
Thank you, sir. I hope we have enough time to squeeze in one more question. I urge you to keep it very short.
Greetings, Mr. Wickramasinghe. I'm the Prime Minister of the SDG Children Parliament. So what during this session, what the thing that got most amazing thing was that you have extraordinary mind. It's unlike the few that I came. It's unlike the minds that I came upon, the few politicians that I've met in my life. So I have under my parliament there are like 85 students which operates under Sri Lanka United Nations Friendship Organization, and what we do is we achieve the UN SDG agenda implemented by UN headquarters in 2015. So what I wanted to ask you is, I've been reading few books. The thing that got interest to me in this program is a title, Read with Ranil. So I've been reading some books. It's a collection of books. It calls Great Books of the Western World. So it's just in that there's 60 books. One of my favorite was the Machiavelli by Prince by Machiavelli. Likewise, what I want to ask you is that, so is there any particular books or book collection that you that would teach me to get an idea of your extraordinary mind? I want that basis, that extraordinary foundation of your mind, just so I can teach it to my other 85 students.
Tell our book as such. In our lifetime, we keep reading and we keep updating ourselves with what is happening. And then you see how we apply. But situations also change. I can't say what happened, what I studied and what we should have done in 1977 is what we have to do today. So it's a question of reading, following events, and deciding how to pass it down.
I'm just being bold. I don't think I'm just being bold. And in your beginning of your session, you said that you would, if there is a young leader, that you would help him. So
if there are young leader or leaders, we'll help them.
That's what I'm asking.
Okay.
Thank you.
Thank you so much. I think we have run out of time. So, and I also want to mention that we have selected all these participants through applications, and there are really great minds here, and I'm sure you have a lot of questions to ask. So, don't worry, don't have any regrets when you go home. Scan the QR code. We have given you all the opportunity to ask your questions directly from Forum President, and we will definitely look into the fact that you will get the answers to your fingertips. So thank you, sir, for just not speaking to us, but speaking with us. And thank you to everyone who asked questions, challenged ideas, and became part of this conversation.
Before we proceed, there's a small announcement.
Sorry, sir.
How many want to be leaders?
I think sir wants a question from all of you. How many of you all want to be leaders in future? Can we have a raise of hands, maybe? Oh, right. That seems like everyone in this house also wants to be leaders one day.
All right, everyone. So thank you, everybody, for participating and asking relevant and timely questions. Before we close off, there's a couple of reminders to give you.
Yeah. So there are a couple of reminders to be given. The first reminder is in regards to the application process. We made sure and we are sure that the application process was very transparent and there was accountability and there was no political interference towards the application. And all of you were selected based on the purely your application. And the second reminder or second notice we want to give is if any of you missed out in asking question from our beloved sir, you will have a lot of chances coming forward, and keep updated. Make sure you check on our social media pages, because we'll be hosting every monthly sessions with us, with Reed, with Ranil in the coming months as well. So keep updated, and we'll make sure that we come to you at all times, at all instances. Thank you so much in regards to that as well. You have anything to add?
Thank you, everyone. I know everyone will want to remember tonight, so I'd like to invite the team behind Read with Ranil and also all of you to come forward for a group selfie with Sir. Make your way to the front, and let's make sure we get everyone in. Thank you.